Hello everyone, good day. We are Group 1 of the course Educational Planning and Administration. It is a course that is offered in the Faculty of Education, University of Oyo. This course this is a task which we had, and we are presenting on the concept of management and administration in the broader concept of the educational setting, while polishing it with administrative skills and competencies. We have used a panel discussion to be able to provide an insight and in-depth knowledge into this concept. And we are saying that the idea is to shape the educational institution with the knowledge of the youth being groomed up in different state universities like that of the University of Oyo. This course is supervised by Professor ASHU, and we are proud to be his students, giving an insight talk on the knowledge we have acquired, backed by theoretical frameworks, to be able to let the people understand, or the society understand, what educational administration and management is all about. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, you're welcome to this wonderful broadcast. My name is Wanja Glory.
My name is Elizabeth Eponsiejima.
My name is Dubin Liza.
My name is Rida Renjini.
My name is Dikima.
It's nice to have you here. So we'll be talking today on two very broad topics: administration and management. So Madam Lisa, what do you understand by administration? What is administration all about?
Thank you, Madam Glory. Administration is a process of planning and overseeing the activities of an organization.
Business and productivity of an organization or an institution.
Wow, thank you very much. Mr. Ikema, I would like to know, how does administration and management come into play in the educational milieu?
All right, thank you, Madam Glory. When we look at administration and management, those are very, very broad concepts. We have to narrow it down within the educational setting. And within the educational setting, we are described or known as educational management and or educational administration. Management and administration play a key role. When we look at administration, it focuses on the structural part of leadership, which deals with the formulation of policies and systems. But now, when we start talking about management within the educational milieu, we are looking at the implementation of these policies, these guidelines, these modalities which have been set up by administrations or administrators within a school setting. Because every institution or every organization needs both management and administration, working at two distinct levels of power intervals. So when we are trying to look at how management and administration plays in the educational setting, we are trying to say within the educational setting, who are the administrators here? Within the educational setting, who are the managers here? That leads as educational managers and administration. And if we look at in the country like Cameroon that we are in, we see that managers are like the people that implement the policies, such as the principals, the vice principals. They act as management or educational managers, while people like the ministers, the ministerial delegations, both regional and divisional, act as some level of educational administrators in the educational setting.
Wow, thank you so much. Madam Lisa, I'll come back to you. Please, would you like to tell us what are the resources within an educational organization?
Within an educational organization, we have three main resources, which are the human resources. Here we see the staff, the financial resources, we see the allocated budgets, the material resources, and here we see the infrastructures like classrooms plus didactic materials.
Wow, thanks so much. Mr. Ikema, I would like to come back to you. Yeah. Would you like to tell us the purpose of an educational administration?
But when we are trying to talk about the purpose of an educational administration or an administrator, the central purpose, like the term in itself says, educational administration. It simply means the focus is on the educational setting or milieu. So the goal is to meet the demands of the educational setting. But which in this case, the primary, of course, there are varieties of goals, but the primary goal would be to ensure the effectiveness and the productivity of the teaching and the learning process within this goal setting.
Wow, thanks so much. Madam Eposi, please, would like to hear from you. Are these purposes being met?
Thank you very much. To answer your question, I would say yes. The government has put in place trained educational administrators to coordinate and direct the activities in schools. They have also put in place allocated resources like set the budgets for academic years, and have also put in place good infrastructures. We have technological equipment and labs in different schools to meet up the needs of diverse learners. So I would say, yeah, the purpose has been met 100%.
Wow, that's wonderful. Madam Eposi, so what can you say? What is the meaning of post-COVID? What is the use of post-COVID, the purpose of post-COVID management?
Post-COVID is a model that was introduced by Luther Golick in 1937 to talk about or to demonstrate the classical administrative theory. Now, the core purpose of this theory was to explain the core responsibilities of administrators and managers. The acronym POSCOP stands for planning, organizing, staffing, directing, coordinating, budgeting, and reporting, which Luther Golick in his model used it to describe that administrative functions are very, very essential in any organization, and also to prove the belief that administration can be broken down into clear, rational steps to enhance organizational activities.
Wow, that's amazing. So, Madam Eposi, what can you say? How does planning function in management?
Okay. Now, there is a common saying that goes, failing to plan is planning to fail.
Yeah.
And this applies even at the level of organization, be it business or educational. Now, where does planning come in here? Where does it stand? Planning, this is the first function in the post-COVID. Now, this process involves setting goals and objectives, and also putting in place the correct action or method to achieve these objectives. You understand? And now we have to know that effective planning entails identifying priorities, allocating resources to acquire them or to achieve these diverse goals and objectives.
No, thank you.
I'll go with a very practical example. Now we take an educational institution, let's say GHS Moliko, for example. The principal comes in as the administrator of that school. He sets the calendar or the curriculum map. He sets the calendar of activities together with the teacher. The teacher sets the objectives in the classroom. Any learning objective is set by the teacher, and he tries his best to ensure that at the end of his or her lesson, objectives can be attained. Likewise, the principal, who also sets rules and regulations in the school and ensures that these rules and regulations are also being met. To able to meet the diverse needs of the different learners.
Wow, that's wonderful. Okay, so Madam Jennifer, please, we would like to hear from you. How can we acquire administrative skills?
Firstly, let's not move into how we can acquire administrative skills. First of all, what are administrative skills? These are abilities whereby administrators or educational administrators or managers of an organization need for the effective management of the organization. So some of these administrative skills we have problem solving skills, we have communication skills, we have leadership skills. Okay, so we can acquire these skills through on-the-job experience. That's, for example, a principal just being appointed can learn how to do the work based on his experience, the day-to-day experience on that job. Yes, and we also have training like educational foundations and administration students in the University of Goya are being taught on how to be administrators in the nearest future.
Wow, thanks so much. When I also please, I'd like to come back to you. Please, can you tell us how does reporting function in management, looking at it from the context of post-call?
Okay. Reporting is one of the functions of post-call that focuses on informing the different educational stakeholders about the progress and report of the school. It informs the parents about the students' academic progress. It also informs its stakeholders on how the different budgets that have been allocated to meet the diverse needs of learners, how it is being used. And reporting is very essential in any organization because it enhances the relationship between the school and its stakeholders. Because in a situation where there is not an effective reporting system, the stakeholders lose trust. They lose trust in the school. So the school has to ensure that they put in place very strong system to give feedback to their stakeholders on how the occasional activities of the school are going on, especially with regard to the students' occasional reports. So it's very essential.
Wow, thanks so much. So now we have been looking into management and administration. So we'd like to hear from Mr. Isaac what leadership is all about.
I am Isaac Okum, and I want to talk about leadership and educational leadership. Okay, leadership is defined as a process of influencing the activities of organized groups in an effort towards goal setting and achievement. You realize that when we talk about leadership, we talk about guiding, directing, and in those days or in years back, people feel leaders were born with some particular traits. But after some time, when researchers studied about behavior, they realized that certain skills of leadership could be learned, like decision making, communication, and so on. So in our day-to-day life, we see leadership in various domains, like in the family, in schools, in churches, in the community, and so on. And when we talk about leadership, it means working directly with people. It is different from management, because with management you can sit and give orders. But with leadership, you work with the people. You stand as an example. So we continue with educational leadership, and it has been defined as the process of guiding teachers, students, and the community by using values, visions, and influence to improve teaching and learning in order to improve the quality of education. You realize that as far as educational leadership is concerned, the educational leader is supposed to be democratic. It's supposed to be working with people. It's supposed to take the opinion of the students, the teachers, the community, and also the parents in order to come up with decision making. In Cameroon, we realized that in so many years back, we realized that educational leaders used to be very autocratic. They just sit and take decisions. They don't take into consideration what a student or a teacher has to contribute. They just believe that all what they say is okay. So that's not democracy. But in our modern days, educational leadership involves all the stakeholders in education: the community, the parents, the students. Each and every person has something to say as far as education is concerned. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Isaac, for expatiating on leadership. So I'll come back to you, Madam Jennifer. Is management and administration similar?
Thank you for that, Madam Glory. Yes, management and administration is similar, and yet it has some little differences. Firstly, I'll talk about the similarity. Management and administration, they are similar in the sense that they both work on how resources are being managed or organized or controlled in an organization to ensure the effective management of the organization. So the difference is we have administration is somehow a big picture which deals with what and when it is to be done. Meanwhile, when it comes to management, management deals with who is to do what and how it is to be done. Yes.
And just to add to what she's saying, the management part is like the executive part of an organization, while the administration part is like the decision-making arm. So they make their decisions, they hand it over to the managers to implement or execute these decisions. That's why someone was trying to differentiate between management and organization. I like the way he says, in simple words, he says administrators are top level people, while managers are middle and lower level people. I think that was really amazing to capture the idea.
Wow, that's so cool. So Mr. Ikema, please can you tell us some skills that are valuable as an administrator? What skills?
Mother Jennifer brought in some. She talked about time management, she talked about leadership. Now, there are a lot of skills, especially in our 21st century, where the operations of organizations, structuring, functioning, and the society as a whole is going through a phenomenal change. So even the skills of those who are coming in, like in the 1960s, like when we deal with the time of the science of management of Henry Fayol and all the rest, we deal with an analog age where technology wasn't present. Today you're struggling to integrate technology into management. Today you have to struggle to integrate the perceptions of people who are rising in different domains to want to be bosses themselves. So you must be able to know how to manage all of this. But as well as there are a lot of skills, I think one of the most prolific skills that we really need in generation, and in this timeline which I want to talk about, is the aspect of leadership, the dynamism of leadership. It has just moved from a time when it's about someone that leads people to a dynamic aspect that requires you to be the person in charge, to be able to know how to understand how to deal with the workers within an organization. It's a serious skill. Otherwise, we find these issues where we have worker dissatisfaction, we have workers retainment level very low. I think it's caused by the fact that the leaders lack the skills to keep them. But in this time, I think in our contemporary time, technological skills are one of the ones that the skill that is very, very unavoidable. We need it. How you are able to manipulate through digitalization within the management structure to be able to ensure that everything goes in properly well.
Wow, that's so nice. Madam Jennifer, please can you tell us why is it important for us for managers to acquire administrative skills?
Administrative skills are very, very important for managers to have, because first of all, they need these skills for communication, on how to run both horizontal and vertical communications in the organization. And communication also flows to verbal and non-verbal communication. So as a manager, imagine you don't know how to communicate. That's already a big problem. So it is very, very important as a manager to learn how to communicate to people both verbally and non-verbally, vertically and horizontally.
Wow.
Another one I'll talk about is problem-solving skills. These skills are very, very necessary for managers in the organization and leaders, because if you're a leader somewhere and you are unable to identify a problem and become proactive to this problem, that means there will be an issue in that organization, because you're dealing with people and you need to know that any institution that is made up of people will always be problems. So you need these skills in order to run an organization.
Thank you so much. Well, viewers, we are so grateful. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for listening to us. We have seen that administration and management is very important for the smooth running of an organization or a school. So I would like to ask, are these administrative skills contextualized in our school today?
Well, to throw more light on that, I would say no. I don't think so. Because you find yourself in a situation where you're working into a school or an organization and the principal lacks communication skills or problem-solving skills, and even the leadership skills that we read in our theories and journals. Like I have a personal experience when I was carrying on my practical school in this particular school. They say me not to call the name of that school. Now, there was this scenario where two teachers had an argument. So there was a strong argument between two teachers, and it resulted to each and every one of them insulting one another. Like it was serious. And we're just there, my friends and I were like, it's really happening, like two teachers doing this in an educational institution with students, watching them, even colleagues. Like there was nobody who actually walked up to them with the courage to say, stop this, what you're doing is inappropriate. And then at that moment, the vice principal walked in. She was a woman. So we were like, oh, thank God, somebody has finally walked in. And at this juncture, this would end. Because as an administrator, she was going to put this stop on me, but unfortunately, it was the reverse. She walked in with a very nonchalant attitude, all the commotion that was taking place. Like she pretended not to see what is happening. Even with the chaos amidst her presence, she has this lukewarm attitude. She paid little or no attention. Rather, she bashed into those teachers and was throwing insults at them. She was throwing tantrums. Like, oh, please get away, these primitive people. What is this? Like, at one point, I felt like she was in it. Okay, I felt like she was in it. And then that passed. We left the same because it wasn't comfortable at all. So when we came back to school the next day, we discovered that problem wasn't resolved because those two teachers, because I was currently working in her office. So when those two teachers came for their different logbooks and all that, I realized that the argument was funny. Like the first person who came was okay. When the other came and made her, she took tantrums like people who lack manners, who are uncultured, and that resulted to burst out from her heart. And the principal just sat there and they knew power of the. Like I was thinking that after the scenario of the previous speech, we were going to call for teachers and caution them about the mannerism that they used to solve their problem. But I think that was not the right approach. But she did not call them. And even in her presence, a lot was displayed and she overlooked it. So my friends and I were like, what kind of administrator is in your presence and your subordinates are fighting and you are not bothered? No appropriate communication to say how you can even calm down the situation. No problem solving skills. Like everything was just left in the open. So I think like it's not just her. There are so many other scenarios. Because of time, we will not dive into that. But I feel like our administrators have very poor communication skills. Like we don't walk into an office or into an organization, the time the way administrators respond or the way they react to your presence. Like you're not there, you're not existing. They feel so superior. I feel like at one point too much power has been given to them that they feel like they are untouchable.
They're untouchable.
Yeah. So Madam Ikosi, what can be done to solve this?
Well, I feel like our administrators should be given more training. They should give me more training, like training on how to really display the skills. Because acquiring these skills is one thing, and actually displaying them is another thing.
Applying them.
Yeah.
So we are looking at
on how to apply.
We are looking at something like a monitoring system, because the other day I got the government implemented a training program for principals and vice principals in the whole country, sponsored by the World Bank. So I really think the issue is monitoring on the applications of these training programs within the context of the school milieu.
And you know, most of the times when these programs come up, they don't attend the program.
So true.
Rather, they send their advices or other teachers who are there to cover up for them.
So true.
They themselves, they shy away from such programs. And that's why we are lacking behind administratively. We are lacking.
Wow, thanks so much. That's wonderful. Mr. Kema, can you say something for us? Shall I wrap this up?
Okay, thank you so much. I think it's been a wonderful session. Having great minds, talking great minds. I think administration management, especially in the context of education, educational administration and management, is a very sensitive issue. And I think it needs to be looked into the government does its best. I think every stakeholder is trying to do his best to ensure that the teaching and the learning process takes place. But I think it's time we start ensuring that the strategies that are being put in place are actually working, monitoring and evaluation systems. And this is a concern not just for students in the university who are looking into a topic, being informed. I think these people are being informed that there are seminars on these different behaviors or these concepts and being trained in. So I think a new approach needs to come in where the government has to look at ways to ensure that every effort they are making in educational management and administration, yes, produces the result it was intended to.
Yeah.
Yes, it produces the result it was intended to. I think that's just my take on that.
Because if not, we will not achieve our goals and objectives.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Wow. Thank you everyone for participating, and thank you viewers for watching. It's amazing for you joining us in this wonderful educational program. We hope to see you next time. Bye.
Ah.
Thank you.